Well, residents and farmers in an agrarian community in Ondo State, southwest of Nigeria, have sent a Save Our Soul message to their state government and the federal government, of course, following the destruction of their farm, which they blame on suspected herdsmen. This is coming just as another farmer in Kwara State in north-central Nigeria, a retired naval officer, is blaming the destruction of his farm on suspected herdsmen as well. Now, in this particular case, the farmland was burnt to the ground. Take a listen.
The greenness of these trees shows this should be a healthy farmland located at Oboile community in Ekiti local government area of Kwara State. It is the lifetime investment of a retired naval officer, but now it can only exist in film and archives, as this farmland is now a ghost of itself, having been replaced by these leafless trees. Covering about 500 hectares of land, the farm had orange palm trees and cassava cultivated on it. The owner of the farm, retired Vice Admiral Samuel Afolayan, is not happy about his loss, which he says is in the region of 150 million naira.
I planted 5,000 trees, stands of orange that you see is already producing. More than 2,000 trees have been burnt. Despite that I do fire tracing, despite that I take all necessary precautions, they will still come in with their cows deep inside the farm, take as much orange as they want, and start feeding on my cassava.
The mission of destruction is not only in Kwara State. These farmers in Ondo State also have their farms stopped after people suspected to be herdsmen allegedly had their fill of the crops.
The herdsmen have been coming to attack us here for more than 4 years. They feed on the crops and destroy whatever is left. I warned my people not to confront them because we hear on radio and television how they kill whoever challenges them. Many farmers or residents have fled for fear of being attacked.
As we are now here, we are living in fear. We have nothing to eat here. Then think about cassava and cocoyam and yam inside 14 plots of land. It's something I cannot estimate. Even as I am, I'm just bleeding inside. I'm crying inside because I have nothing left.
While this man could contain his emotion over his loss, one of the women could not.
We are using that cassava. You will root the cassava. I will do fufu. I will do gari. I will sell and train my children in the school. They are in the school now. They are asking, "Mommy, bring school fees," and there is no school fees again. My husband loaned money to do the farm. We have not returned the loan, and the government, they are still calling my husband. They came to our house. They said they will arrest my husband, that he will go for jail if he did not pay that money.
They feed their cattle on our crops and burn whatever is left. They kill whoever challenges them. I'm calling on the government to help me because I feed on the farm produce.
The concern of the farmers is that the federal government seems to be only paying lip service about its effort to check the excesses of suspected herdsmen who appear to have resorted to destroying everything that crossed their path.
Ethiopia's prominent opposition leader, Merera Gudina, who was released from detention yesterday, has called on his supporters to continue their struggle through peaceful and legal means, demanding the release of all other political prisoners. After regaining his freedom, thousands of supporters thronged narrow roads and alleyways as his convoy drove towards his house in Borayu, west of the capital. Mr. Gudina, the leader of the Oromo Federalist Congress Party, was charged with collusion with groups outlawed by the government. Let's get more on the situation. Human rights activist Declan Ehekare joins us on the program. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Ethiopia's main opposition leader, Merera Gudina, was released yesterday. What do you make of his release at this time?
Yeah, thank you. You should know that there is no detention that is perpetual. especially when it has to do with political intent. He was not detained because he was a murderer. He was not detained because he was an armed robber. He was detained because he was a leader of the opposition. And you should expect pressures internally and externally on the current government to make sure that it's released, not only being released perfectly okay, because he's there in politically. He's not detained more than the length he has been detained.
Oh, despite his release, thousands more political prisoners are still in detention. Do you see the government releasing them anytime soon? Merera did say that, did appeal for them to be removed from detention.
Of course, the government does not have any option than to release every other person in custody. If they could release the main leader, then they could release others, bearing in mind that there's an international awareness on the detention of everybody there. And the government has to comply with the call from international nations, asking for the release of every other person, just the way the leader has been released. You see, that is the problem we have in Africa. Our leaders will always want to silence the opposition one way or the other. They have all the machinery within their scope to make sure they silence the opposition. But they have forgotten one thing, that the voice of the people is the voice of God. When the masses are speaking, there's a limit to government things. If you remember clearly sometime in Nigeria here, when the military was in power, they felt they were totally in power. But when the Nigerian masses came out en masse, they had no option than to start releasing, than to start changing, tune. And many people were arrested then, and at the end of it all, many were also released. And so you cannot keep people perpetually under detention by wanting to silence them. You cannot silence the voice of the truth. You can't silence the voice of the masses, especially when the agitation is in tandem with the current affairs of any nation.
Well, it seems Merera does not want to be silenced. After his release yesterday, when he met his, thousands of supporters, he actually called for more protests.
Of course, that shows a good leader. A good leader should not just be submissive. A good leader should always carry his people along. That is to tell you that the opposition is in power. The opposition is in charge of what is happening in Ethiopia right now. And the government should comply with the leadership of the opposition. Because if you watch it clearly, on a daily basis, they are gaining more and more people to themselves. And so there's a limit the government can go at this point in time. So I am of the opinion that the government should right now call for negotiation. The first negotiation should start by releasing everybody in connection with the protest, with the agitation going on in Ethiopia. If not, I tell you, there will be more and more mass protests, there will be more and more arrests, and there will be more and more outcries internationally.
Right. Human rights activist Declan Ihekari, thank you for your time on Network Africa. Now, still to come on the program. The International Committee of the Red Cross renews its call for humanitarian aid in the Central African Republic. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.